Prize. I use a term called yellow light. Okay, when I say yellow light, I means this is your yellow light signal. This is your it's your caution light. Okay, but I just use the term yellow light, and that means it's time to refresh your broker's page. All right, whoever you're trading with, and make sure that you're logged in and ready to go. Okay, because that means we have a trade coming soon. Okay, a possible trade is out there. Okay, possible trade is out there, and it could be coming soon. Now, when I say something like that, that's exactly what you want to do. Okay, otherwise you're going to be caught off guard. You're going to rush, and then you might take a trade late. And we never ever want to be in on a trade late. If you miss a trade, let it go. Okay, if you miss a trade, let it go. Don't take it, a minute or 2 minutes late. Okay, even 30 seconds late, you've already missed it. Okay, if you take a trade 30 seconds late, it's gone in my book. Don't touch it. We're giving analysis. We're giving a prediction at a certain time frame. If you alter that by 30 seconds, you're changing. You're not going against something I'm saying. You're picking a whole different close to where I'm saying price is going to be at the time I say it's going to be there. So, but the reason why I'm bringing this up now is because I do see something that we might like here, okay, and I do see what might be the first trade of the night, and it might be here at 8:59. I'll call a yellow light as we get closer, but we do have our first trade looking to be building on the dollar yen, but right now it's falling a little too hard for my liking. But we would be looking for a put on the dollar yen should the setup arise. It's not there yet, and there's a lot of time left in this. There's still 3 minutes for this candle to close out. There we go. We also see the pound dollar over here rejecting our purple line too. It's treating the support as now a resistance. So we're getting respect right here on the Aussie dollar. It's not showing much strong respect here. It looks like it fell through once. But the Aussie dollar is the only one that's not respecting our lines right now. It's the only one. We got Sparkplug over here slamming home a put on the dollar yen, which was a very good trade. He saw the purple line, saw what price was doing, used a little bit of thinking on his own, and said, I like that situation. All right, I like Chris's level, I like that situation, and I'm going to play that. Okay, I like his purple lines. And he grabbed it, and he hit it. Not a big one for Spark, but it's a good way to get the night started. Actually, that's your second one, Sparkplug, actually. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is going to be a test run for you guys. I'm going to call your yellow light now. If you're new, this is your test run. You're going to get to see your first yellow light because I'm calling it now, which means make sure you're logged in, ready to go. I do it myself, okay? I do it myself. I log myself in, make sure I'm, if I was kicked out. If not, I refresh the page. I click around a little bit. If you don't click anything on your broker, a lot of them will kick you out, and sometimes it's hard to tell. It looks, on the face page of the broker, it looks fine, but this was a yellow light. And the pair that we are looking at is the dollar yen. Looking to see if I want the put here or not, okay? This is on the dollar yen. All right. So I'm logged in, ready to go, okay? We don't like our doji closes. We do not like our doji closes, but we're watching it here, okay? This would be a put on the dollar yen. Hopefully you're all ready to pull the trigger if you need to. All right. And I'm going to do it. That's the first trade of the night. I took a put on the dollar yen. I took it right now at 733. I took 733. That's the first trade of the night. I took a put at 733 on the dollar yen. I took a put at 733 on the dollar yen. And remember, we only take a 300 seconds trade on screen. So I took a 733 put on screen for 300 seconds, expire at 9:05. Something about that 9 o'clock. Something about that 9 o'clock. It's that magical time. 9 o'clock always seems to be giving us our first trade. So I beat you guys on entry, but it's all right. It's all right. Got the 733. How'd you get a 729, Kelly? Man, the broker's angry with you. You got a 729. Yeah, they're angry with you. But beautiful bounce on the euro. Okay, beautiful bounce on the euro, and that's what we were looking for. Okay, we did take a trade on the dollar yen. Don't get confused. But I was expecting a nice bounce on the euro. Okay, nice bounce on the euro. And that's going to shove this bad boy down on top of the resistance level. Okay, so we use a little bit of double confirmation there. All right, so, and it did. It pushed it right in the direction we wanted, right at the open there. Okay, so right now it's moved up a little bit. Okay, it's moved up a little bit. It might test that level a little bit, but I don't think it's done. I do not think it's done. All right, not at all. We'll see this thing get a little bit closer to the bottom of this green wick here. All right, before the next time it has a good bit of rejection. That's the dollar yen, and that's our. Excuse me, that's our prediction for it. I'm a pretty avid tea drinker. Good job, Duncan. You beat Kelly for once. Congratulations. Pretty avid tea drinker, and I got this it's like a wild berry tea. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yeah. I could have come up with a better word for that one. It was close to doji, but it gave a few ticks down at the end, Ray, and it wasn't sitting there. Okay, that's a judgment call, and it was definitely clearly. If I zoom in on this, all right, it's coming back up and it's testing that level again. It's kind of hard to show it to you, but it was a couple ticks down. Okay, it definitely, in a clear indication in my mind that it definitely closed below my line, and that's what I needed. Okay, that's what I needed. So. You see how it comes up, it touches the line, kind of gets rejected down. We should actually see a few more ticks down right now, actually. About 5 seconds or so. This thing should be getting ready to tick down. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's looking a little, I don't like my charts are wide like that. There we go. Watch it here. Let's see. It's delayed a little bit right now. It actually should be lower than it is, which isn't fine. Okay, that means we know the direction it's heading, but should see a couple ticks coming here. Euro looking to take off here, which is very good for us, and it broke new highs this candle as well. This dollar yen is being a joke as far as what it's doing right now. The euro dollar is way, way up. Okay, way, way up this candle. This is the previous candle. This is this candle. It's way, way up. Okay, this thing should be way, way down. Okay, the dollar yen should be way, way down. It's 3 pips up right now. So still like it. Okay, still like it. It is being a pain, but I still do like it. So we got a little breakthrough here. Okay, never fear. There she goes. There's a rejection. All right, got bounced back up. That's not good. Let's see if we can get it to fall out here. Come on, dollar yen. We don't want it to sit above that level. No reason for it to be green right now. Not a single reason. Every counter pair is green. Looking to close out here soon too. So myself, I'm looking at 15 seconds and need to drop out in the next 10. Well, probably not going to be giving it to us. That is baloney. Oh, what a bunch of baloney. Unreal. It only wants to do that. Okay, it only wants to give us that one loss just to deny us of the perfect week. That's fine. That's fine. Taking off now. Okay, as we see it close over the level, it is going to take off, but it's actually going to find rejection right there. Right there. Okay, it's going to find rejection. It's going to test it, and if it's to break through it, it's going way high. Way, way, way high. All right. Right there. Let's see. This solid level that we want to see it reach to, okay, would be up there. So we'll pretend that this this little hesitation zone doesn't matter, but you can easily see that. But this is where it's going to be ping-ponging in between right now. That is a bunch of baloney. So it is what it is. Let's see here. It is what it is. It's a bummer. No big deal. Okay. It's tonight's day 11. Okay. So I got a loss on this one there, but no big deal. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it in the slightest. So hit them hard like we always do, guys. We have our losses, we have our wins, but we always do. We always crush them in the end. So. Such a smooth trade. It's really a bummer. That should have been a very easy win, but it goes to show you the market does whatever it wants occasionally. Should have been something just like that. Right at that intersecting X there. Right. Let's keep the ball rolling. Keep it going here. Let's go for that slam dunk. All right. Where's my big one? My next one's going to be my big one, so where is it? So does anyone new have any questions? Is there anything I can answer in the meantime? We are waiting here, and we have some things coming up for us here soon, guys. We do have some things growing for us already. So, but is anyone confused about anything, or have any questions, or is curious about why we did a certain or anything? Okay, with that trade, or I mean, is it pretty clear how it rolls? Let's see what we got here in the pound dollar. Nice little rise. Nice rise. Be somewhere around 9 pips. So we'd only give it in 5. Very curious to see if this is the end all be all. If this is to be the top. Very, very curious to see if that'll be it. So nothing's stopping the dollar yen right now. Nothing is. It's sitting at this area of common highs where it's very wicky right here. Okay, and the reason it is like that, right, is there was a nice little pivot point here, and the market sees things like this. There's another one here. Right, it sees areas like this, and it's like, ooh, I don't know how to react to that. Okay, because it's only been tested once or twice. Okay, arguably 3 times, but this is a pretty huge fluctuation. That's a different one. But these two right here. They've definitely been tested a couple times, and the market does want to bounce off of those areas. But over here, the market was like, we're in such a hefty fall. You know, we know it wants to kind of keep pushing down. We're just going to kind of hang out right here. All right, it's going to find a little bit of support, a little bit of resistance, and kind of formulate the way the rest of the night's going to want to go. And right now, this is what we want to see. We want to see it if it's going to continue to reject this area or not, and or ignore the area, I should say. It's reaching for that next heavy level of support, which is the purple line up here. Kelly got a call on the euro, and looks pretty. Yep. I saw that on the price there, 124.363. Good stuff, Kelly. Very good stuff. She bounced it right off that purple line and slammed it in. Still bouncing up. Right now, it's in the chop zone, but we are waiting. I'm looking at the euro right now. The euro has created a few. Let's it's kind of giving us a setup that I find conducive to a nice little put here if it's to break out. So I'm kind of waiting for my breakout period here, and I'd be looking for a put on the euro. Okay, I would be. Okay, if it's to do what I'm expecting. All right, or not expecting. Okay, that's not a prediction. That's to do what I'm hoping for. If it does that, then I will be expecting a certain result, and that result would be a put. But look at this. Look at this on the 1 minute here, guys. Look at this level holding true. We drew it before any of this stuff even happened. Look at these 1 minute bars just bouncing right off of that purple line. Bam, 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 bam. Over and over again. It's happened on the dollar yen now. Okay, it's happened on the dollar yen. My magic purple line's holding strong. So we like to see. So what we like to see. So let's get in again and we'll crush them hard. That is a bunch of baloney. That dollar yen, but we're not going to dwell on it. It was a good trade. You see it, you take it. If you see it in the future, all right, you've got a good level. You see it coming up. You see price coming down. You see it getting rejected. You see 2 candles with lower lows. Okay, if price pulls back, you get yourself an entry. Absolutely take that for a put all day on an overall downtrend right there. Absolutely. You do not miss that one. You do not miss that one, folks. It's a very good winner there. That is a very high probability winner as well. Need my music going is what I need. Little violin never hurt anybody. Trying to see a nice little high here on the euro where it's kind of bouncing around, but there really isn't a good solid clear one. This is the only one that kind of stands out, but it was tested here and went right through it and came back down below it. But I'll leave the line on there. Do caution with this top high here on the euro if you're one of my 60-second traders. Okay, do caution on this line. Yeah, good action on the euro right now. Good action. Good pop. Nothing that we really like particularly, but it's definitely got some good movement in it. That's a 3-pip candle and rising. It's possible it could hit the 4 mark. It's possible. It's only got a minute. Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it. All right. It has reached a 4-pip candle. That is a whopper. That is a doozy. Meanwhile, the Aussie's falling. We got that Monday madness going on, guys. We have the Monday madness. We have pairs that are arguing with each other. Generally, the euro, the pound, and the Aussie like to go in the same direction. Right now, the Aussie isn't. And our first trade of the night, the euro shot up, the pound shot up, the Aussie shot up. We expected all of them to do that. Which is why we expect the dollar yen to fall, okay? And the dollar yen still wanted to give us a little bit of a fight there. Well, that's fine. You can have it. You can have it because you're about to hurt. Sparkplug says maybe a put on the dollar yen for me, and I do like that, Sparkplug. I do like that. All right. He sees it hit off of this purple line here. I do like that, Sparkplug. The rest of us were waiting. I want a solid indication. All right, I'd like to see. I don't like those doji closes, and that in my mind is still a doji close. This one was okay because it closed on the outside of that level, and we had such a large wick. But this candle itself didn't do a whole lot besides test our level and bounce off of it, which is good. We want to see it do that. But I'm going to wait a couple more candles, make sure it doesn't get grindy and grind up on us here. Okay, I'm going to wait another candle or so. I want to see what this thing has in store, but a put would not be a bad idea on that. So I'm right there with you, Spark. Right there with you. I just want to wait for a more specific entry myself. Kelly got herself a call. Okay, 356. Where's 356? Let's see here. Okay, good call. Good call. Yeah. Not bad at all. All right, she grabbed the bounce off of this line, and she rode it up. It's all about playing in between zones, guys. That's all it is. That is all it is. We take specific entries in the meantime, but we have a lot of people playing in our levels and, you know, otherwise. So, but look at this down here on the 1 minute. Right there, okay? Right there. This is looking to either sit on this or fall through it. That's a secondary zone here that the euro dollar doesn't really like to be in. So once it goes down, as soon as it's breaking down here, it's going to want to head here. All right, and if it's over here, okay, and it's finds some support there, then it's going to want to go right back here and probably push through. But we'll see what that euro dollar has to say for us. Euro dollar definitely more apt to price action wise, looking to bounce. There it goes. There's the bounce there. Yeah, it did, but it didn't get there quite. It didn't get there quite, and it wants to push there. This is what I always harp on. I always tell you guys this all the time. You know, we if it hasn't gotten there, okay, if it has not reached it, okay, if it has not reached the area that we want to see it reach, there's no reason that we have to be in on something, okay? There's not. Okay? We can wait. We can wait. All right? If it doesn't get there, no worries. You know, it's water off a duck's back, and it doesn't bother me none, okay? It doesn't bother me at all. All right? But if it gets to our purple line, then we can slam it, okay? I don't know why I'm shaking it. I don't want to make you guys think I'm moving it around, but that's where it was. I just put it back there. But it is, yes, it's there. Okay, it is there. And we got the dollar yen over here getting ready to fall out, which is good. Okay, dollar yen is getting ready to fall out. Spark, did you go ahead and grab the dollar yen yourself, or no? I might have sound down. Oh, there it is. Nope. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. I commend you on waiting. I do. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It is doing the fall, and the euro dollar is breaking out. It looks like right now. We'll see if this gets rejected or not. But right now, that is rejected right back down. Rejected right back down. On our 5-minute charts, we only trade on moving data. Or I'm sorry, we only trade on closed data, never moving data. So let's see what we got here. All right. Yep. That's exactly what I wanted to, Sparkplug. I wanted it just a little higher first. I did. But it looks like it's not going to be giving it to us. Nope. Top of the cloud would have been nice. Absolutely. He's talking about our Ichimoku cloud here. Okay. Ichimoku. A little bit itchy. All right, I'm logged in and ready to go. I'll call this a yellow light, guys, if you will. I'm not going to rush one on you, most likely. Just want you guys to be ready to go in case we do have a beautiful setup pop up here. And it's possible. It is possible. So, and it's between the euro dollar and the dollar yen. And chances are I'm going to wait this one out. But just in case, I want to call a yellow light now. I want to call a yellow light now, just in case. Okay, I'm good to go. I haven't taken anything. And I didn't. Okay, but it doesn't hurt to be ready. We're most likely going to have ourselves a trade at 924. Second trade of the night, and it's looking for me to slam them home. The reason why I waited is this euro dollar is playing so close to this level. If this is going to break through or not is very important to my next move. Okay, it's very important to it. So I have no problem in waiting to see if it's going to break through or get rejected right here. All right, the candle shows us it got rejected, but the price is still very close. And once again, there is no reason why we can't just wait. All right, there's nothing making us get in on these trades. Okay, the reason we can't wait till we really, really like it. It's trying it. It is trying it with all its might right now. It sure is. Meanwhile, dollar yen is still falling out, and that's to be expected. That is to be expected. Okay. It still is. Thielemann asks, it says, I haven't actively traded Forex in 2010. Back then, the USD CHF was the inverse of the euro dollar. It is, okay, but it doesn't mean it's the only one. But yes, it still is. Good contribution to the table, though. Good question. I like that. But yes, they still do trade inversely. Okay. No problem. It looks like it is going to break this level too. Looks like it is going to break it. All right. And the reason why I was worried about it, guys, another reason is we were still expecting the dollar yen to fall, and normally in normal forex world, okay, when this dollar yen is falling out like this, you're going to see the euro rise, and it is, okay. You're seeing the dollar, okay, lose strength, which means you're going to see the euro gain strength in relation to the dollar. That's all it is, okay. That's all it is. So we had a little bit of an argument there, and I didn't want to get in and have two different things arguing with themselves. So, we had a level that was holding the euro down, but had worries that it might break through because the dollar yen wasn't done with the fallout yet. So there she goes. Meanwhile, the Aussie is just stuck right now. Aussie doesn't know what it's doing. Doesn't mean we can't scalp it, and we might. But Aussie doesn't know what it's doing right now. It's stuck in a very tight range. Oh, it's incredible. That Aussie just is clueless. Absolutely. Somebody didn't tell the Aussie what everything else is doing right now. It's okay. Happened with our dollar yen, but it's Mad Mondays. That's what it is. Little case of Mad Mondays. Wow, this actually might get rejected down. Okay. I doubt it, but there it goes. It's bouncing back up. For a minute there, it was looking to bounce back down, but that's why we don't trade on moving data. Never make a trade based on moving data. Okay. All right. Huge fallout on the euro. Yep, it looks like it might end up getting rejected back below our level. That's huge. That's huge. Okay. And we do have a yellow light, guys. If this thing's to get rejected back below, I will be grabbing it. Okay. This is where we had our line. All right. We had it right there. Right there. And right now it is still below it. We wanted to wait. We wanted to see how it has to, what it has to say. But if it's to get rejected below, okay, I will be grabbing it. But it was a very short, brief little pop there, so curious with this one. Okay, curious. Let's see what we have. Looks like it's bouncing back up. Okay. Nope, it's no good. It's no good. We're not touching it. We aren't touching it. Okay. We aren't touching it. Mr. Shilla says, already Tuesday here. Yep. A few hours ahead of us. A few hours ahead of us. Okay. We were just seeing if that euro was going to close back below the level that I had already deleted because I didn't think it would even come back down. It came back down good bit more than I would have anticipated, but it still did what I expected and stayed up. So, but we're always ready to go. Always ready to go. Now we're waiting here. We're waiting. We want to see the dollar yen, okay, come down to my purple line here. All right. We want to see the dollar yen come down to my purple line or rise up to the top of this line here, okay, the top line. One of the two. Euro dollar is getting rejected right this second, okay, right this second. Now, how well this is going to maintain and stay depends on what this dollar yen is going to do over here right now. It's at the top of this red candle here, okay? So if it has what it takes, it's going to push over it. And if it can push over it, then this thing's staying down, this whole candle. Once again, the Aussie is testing our purple line again. I can't believe this Aussie. This thing really has no idea what's going on anywhere else. That's funky. Them Aussies, I tell you what, I don't know what's going on in the world, huh? They're busy out swimming with the sharks in the Great Barrier Reef. All right, guys, we are still ready to pull a trigger here. We've been very close this whole time. The last 15 minutes, we've been very close. Just waiting for that trigger pull. Okay, this is my big one here. So I'm always making sure that we hit it hard. Hit it hard. Okay, hit it hard and keep moving. Hit it hard, keep moving. Every trade, hit it hard, keep moving. So right now, it's the Aussie, T. Lamont. It's the Aussie. I'm looking at all of them, but the one that would end up with the trade would be the Aussie, okay? We have a lot of things lining up, getting ready to line up as it sits right now, okay? I'm hoping this dollar yen reaches down to my purple line like I originally said, okay? I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it's able to reach down here, all right? And find the support without shoving these up too much, okay? Without shoving these up too much. And there's this, there it is, okay? But we wanted to find support here. I'm for this to be a blow through. I don't want that to happen, and it is finding a little bit of support, but we'll know as it gets closer to the coast area. It's finding the support, but we want to see it find support here, basically on the dollar yen. Okay, we want to see support on the dollar yen that's looking for a dollar yen to rise, and if our dollar yen's looking to rise and our euro's looking to fall, and we have a level on the Aussie saying the Aussie's has a level there, and price is near that level, we're going to be grabbing that Aussie to fall. All right, there's just way too many things for me to pass that one up. Okay, and that's all trading is. Okay, you have a threshold, okay, of things you like, okay, and of circumstances that have to be present, and once they're all present, you make a trade. That's all it is. That's all it is. All right. We really would like to see that Aussie get rejected, okay? Because, I mean, not the Aussie, the dollar yen. We really would like to see it get rejected back up here and look like it's going to give us a nice little pop. But it looks like it might be breaking the zone right now. Well, no, but look what it's done here to the euro. This little fallout has shoved the euro all the way back up, okay? All the way back up. So that's debatable. But our Aussie level is still holding strong here. Still holding strong. And dollar yen is getting a little rejection. We like this. We like what's going on. All right, and I'm going to pull my broker up and make sure I'm ready to go. Okay, I mean, I already did, but I'm going to make sure I'm ready to place a trade if I need to. And I'm looking at the Aussie dollar, and the direction I'm looking at on the Aussie dollar would be a put. Okay, it would be a put. All right. All right. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to take a put on the Aussie dollar. And I took 459. Took 459. All right. With a second entry of 461. Second entry of 461. So that's where she sits. That's where she sits. All right. Let's see here. Get the trade posted. There's my trade. All right. So that's where she sits, and we want to see where it sits in a few minutes from now. All right. Going to have some bounce. Going to bounce around a bit. Okay. But what we ended up seeing was price was looking to move back up above our support. Okay, right here on the Aussie or on the dollar yen. Okay, and that's what we wanted to see. All right, price get rejected and go back up this way. All right, so we're looking to see the euro continue to fall out this candle. Look at the euro right now. You see it? Falling out. Okay, so good start. Real nice solid start. We had a nice little area. Okay, nice little level here on the Aussie. And all sounds point south. Okay, and I wouldn't miss that. Okay, I wouldn't miss it in the world. Same thing with the first trade. They're good trades, guys. They're good trades. Regardless of the outcome, you always take that trade. You always do. Okay. Very, very profitable setups. Okay. You always take those. You never miss those. Don't ever do it. I'm gonna grab another refill on my tea here, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. Alrighty. Coming back in and checking on our stuff here. Let's see what we got. All right, everything following through just the way it should. Good stuff. Good stuff. Got the support going on the dollar yen. Okay, support on the dollar yen, bouncing up this candle green like we expected. We expected the euro to be a red candle, and we expected the Aussie to be a red candle. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. That's what we like to see. All right, coming into the close here. Coming into the close here. How much time we got left here? Got a little bit. Got a little bit. Got 25 seconds or so. I'm guessing everybody's still about it. It's about there. Ray got in a little late. No problem, Ray. You should be fine. You should be fine. This one isn't looking one to do any jump anytime soon. There you go. And as a matter of fact, Ray, it's giving you a little bit more. Oh, I'm closing out. I'm closing out. Hold on. I didn't pull up my charts quick enough. All right, here's my first one. Here's one. All right. Let's watch the closeouts here. There's number one. Here comes trade number two. All right. And here comes trade number three. All right. And even if you got in really late, All right, you would have closed out now, and you would have already gotten it. Okay, so everyone's good. Everyone's good. But you see what I'm talking about, guys? You see how we have a pop here right at the open of the next candle? This is why, exactly why, if you miss your trade because you're not paying attention or whatever reason, it happens to all of us. Okay, you're not. I'm not saying I'm not putting you down, but if you miss a trade, okay, if you miss a trade and you get in like 30 something, some significant amount late, okay, honestly, if you can't get in within 15 seconds, you don't belong in it. And if you get in later than that, okay, there is a chance that the early retracement of certain candles, okay, in setups, could rob you. And you'll lose a trade that we all clearly won. We won by what? 3 pips? At least? But in a quick little uprise, if you got in way too late, you could have gotten robbed on that one. So you got to be careful. But, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Yep, Mr. Silva, that was my big one. That's my big one. Okay. I never let the broker get ahead of me. I don't. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't ever have an off day. I do. We all do. And if anyone tells you they don't, they're full of baloney, and you need to walk the other way and just laugh at them. Because they're full of shit. And there's no nice way for me to put that. Okay. But, yeah, no, that was my big one. And I said I was going to have it. And basically what I do in the room here, guys, every trade I take, I do like this. Okay. Every trade I take, all right, if I'm served a loss, okay, if I'm served a loss, I hit it hard on my second trade, okay, which is called a martingale. All right, I hit it hard. All right. Now, if that trade loses, okay, which is very, very rare, but if that trade loses, okay, that's it. That's it. It's over. Okay, you don't chase it again. People get caught up in these things where they compound their losses, and that's not what you're here to do. All right, you're here to steadily grind your profits, and if you start losing a martingale where you've gone in and you've lost like, God, you lose. Why this lost a third or fourth step martingale? Guys, you're negating so much of your profits. You're wasting your time, so don't do it. Just continue your grind. All right. Maybe you can't buy what you were looking to buy right away, but if you go ahead and you start compounding your losses, you're not going to be able to buy any period. So don't do that. Money management is absolutely everything. I harp on it all the time, but it is. It really is. Get it in when it matters and keep it out when it doesn't. All right, where's our next little field mouse here? All right, a bunch of hungry owls. We're looking for another. The euro is building a very temporary level, and I do say this very lightly, but this area right here, okay, this all area right here, the market is finding a little bit of confusion at, okay? So a fallout from here you can expect to hear. So if the euro is to fall out here and drop below this line, okay, this would be your put entry, this would be your call entry once it's in between these zones, okay? This is what you'd be looking for. Would be puts here, calls here in between the zone. You're going to get fluctuation between those two zones. All right. But, oh, you're welcome, Mrs. Kelly. I'm sorry. You're welcome. But good stuff. I'm sure Mrs. Kelly crushed it. All right. Looking to see this dollar-yen test our bottom support here again. Might be getting ready to grab another slammer on that one. Might be getting ready to grab a slammer on it. We'll see here. Let's play with some Fibonacci on the dollar yen, guys. I want to show you something here. All right, haven't put any Fibonacci on screen yet, so we're going to show you here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Is that level, that 23.6? I had a very lurking suspicion that it was going to be there. Where I just put my line. Ah, I love it. I love being able to see this stuff without actually putting it on screen there. Ah, it's so good. It's so good. So good. Song is very slow. Go ahead and skip that one. Boulevard of Broken Dreams on violin. This will be interesting. Mm-hmm. Where's my next field mouse? Kelly, where do you think it's going to be? Which pair are we looking at here? Good eyes. Good eyes. It is most likely going to be. All right, let's see how good you are. Where would my next field mouse after that be? Next field mouse of opportunity. What one is the next one that I'd like instead of the yen? Okay, if I didn't get the yen. The euro? No, not so much, no. That's all right. You got the first one right. It would be the Aussie. It'd be the Aussie. Okay? Because of this tight zone that the Aussie's maintaining, it would definitely be the Aussie. You see how hard it's respecting this level up here? It's almost equally doing it down here. This one is less respectable than up here, and it's actually, we just got a fallout right there. Very curious to see if it stays down there. This is pretty important. And on our 1 minute charts, look at the euro here. Look at the euro. These highs are just constantly rejected. I'm going to bump this up a little more, all right? Because I'm going to be a little liberal with it. Okay, if you want to be safe, you always just go farther away when you're waiting for entries. If you're looking for calls on the euro and you want to be really conservative about it, you can just wait till you're down here. Okay, if you want to be really conservative about it up here, you just wait till you're up there. But I'm going to be a little more liberal about it, just so you guys see the action happening here on the euro. But this is the general zone, okay, and that will still feed you at 80% of the time. And look at that, bang, 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 bang. But it looks like the Aussie is actually falling out here, and oddly enough, the dollar yen is falling out as well. Golly, no one is telling the Aussie that it makes no sense right now. Aussie is just being a Looney Tune. I mean, I like it because it's giving good analysis for itself, but as far as confirmation of other pairs go, it's being an absolute Looney Tune. It did get rejected right back up in here, though. That's good. That's good. Will we have the fallout on the dollar yen? It's looking like it. How much time we got? Oh, we still got a lot of time. Still at 9:42. Still got a lot of time. At least another 2 minutes. So there's my next guess. That's funny. If you guessed anything but that next, would have kicked you out of the room. Been here long enough. Is Jess trading with you tonight? Mrs. Kelly? Mrs. Kelly Jess? Back to Las Vegas? Okay. Las Vegas she goes. Looks like the dollar yen's gonna get rejected here, or I mean, find some support here, not rejected. Good stuff. Good stuff. Huh. The city of sin, that it is. I have stories about Las Vegas that I'll never share with this room. Oh gosh. Maybe one day though. Maybe if Duncan, brings a bunch of fortune cookies and we go on like a 20-0. We can do 10-0 pretty easily, but 20-0. That's a lot more difficult. That's an incredible feat, actually. That's an absolute incredible feat. It's been done. Our record, I think, is 26, but it's very, very rare to hit that many in a row without a single loss. Look at this fallout on the euro, guys. What am I talking about here? Look at this. Look at this thing, man. Jeez Louise. Kelly, are you crushing the euro over here? You better be. You better be crushing these 60 seconds. I think 3. Tielemann, I think 3 or 4. I think it's only been 3. I think since the rooms have been open, I think it's only been 3. No. We don't streak losses. It's very rare we streak losses. Very, very rare that we'll streak a loss. The secret in the tea? Oh, I wish. I wish. No, I tell you what's the secret in the tea, though. The secret in the tea makes me have to go to the bathroom like you wouldn't believe. Golly. Jesus. There's a secret in the tea. Honestly, it's probably the caffeine. The caffeine is, I know that caffeine's a diuretic there that makes you have to. I don't know how we got on this subject, but we're changing it now. Come on. All of our price guys on all of our pairs right now are stuck at ending zones. We can't do anything with them yet. All right. The Aussie dollar did get rejected back above this level, and it's arguable that we could have grabbed a call here. Okay? We say, hey, we could grab a call here. But the problem I have with that is the dollar yen. Yes, the Aussie hasn't been listening all night, but the dollar yen came back up, and it could find its support here. It's sitting right on that level. It did technically close below it, but that's not good enough for me to call a confirmation on it. I want to see what this candle has to say for the confirmation. And if the dollar yen is to do some freak maneuver here and bounce up, and this does do what we should expect it to do in relation to the dollar yen, we won't like our trade. So it doesn't. It's not a solid setup. So we're not touching it. You know, and no reason to force it. But we are looking to finish another one in here. Let's see. Got a high level once again. Okay, got a high level building here. All right. You see that, guys? This is the zone. Okay, this is it. This is the zone. Euro dollar. It's in its zone here. Okay. Dollar yen is just doing. It's pulling some goofiness, that's for sure. That thing. Look at that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I guess the Aussie tonight just got dementia and then decided it's not gonna. You know, it's got a little sundowners going on. I guess. Well, in truth, it couldn't be sundowners because sun's rising over there. So, hey, you know, the Aussie's just a little wacky today. Maniac Mondays, Mad Mondays, whatever you want to call it. But there is a possibility that we would have another put on the Aussie dollar here because it is respecting that high so well. But we got to be careful because it's hitting it with a lot of force right now. This is a lot of force this candle has. This is a lot of momentum. That's 4 pips. Yep. It's encompassed the entire zone here. Okay, it's a 5 pip zone. It's bounced from the low. Okay, it's bounced from the low all the way up here. All right, all the way up, and it's testing it now. Okay, this is a key area for us, and we're gonna watch it. All right, I'm gonna call a yellow light. Where's the force coming from? Honestly, Kelly, couldn't tell you. Okay, there is no other pair that's moving that should have given this much movement. All right, the only thing that's going for it is it kind of is correlating with the dollar yen a little bit, not really, because the dollar yen was going down, but now the dollar yen's 1 tick green. The Aussie dollar is just doing its own thing tonight. All right, got in a fight with the other pairs and it went to get its own mani-pedi and is doing its own thing tonight. So it's just, you know. It's off in La La Land over here. But that's fine, okay? We get solid reads on it regardless, but that's fine, okay? Earlier in this session, the dollar yen did a really wacky thing to us right here. This actually should have just fallen out, but it decided it wanted to push up here, so the big boys got in and must have pushed the market because that's a pretty solid rise there. But, all right, we're watching this for our yellow light. We are, okay? I'm going to make sure I'm ready to go here, and I am. Okay, it's the Aussie I'm looking at. I haven't taken anything, but we're looking for an Aussie put here. Okay, we're looking for an Aussie put. And if you don't see why, you're blind. Okay, just flat out, you guys should see this. If you're new, you're off the hook. Okay, if you don't see why, it's because I didn't do my job and I'm a fool. Okay, but this line I've been harping on all night. Okay, it's finding a lot of rejection here. We didn't, and there's a reason why. All right, we're going to get into that. But this line I've been harping on all night. It's finding rejection every time it gets up here. All right, you guys can see this. Look where price has gone. Look at every candle here. All right, up, rejected, rejected. Okay, bounced up, 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 and rejected. Big win for us. Big win. So we should be expecting to see something like this, something similar. And not only that, off of a pretty solid rising candle, you can also play it in your favor for a retracement. But we did not touch it because it didn't reach it yet. Now, when I zoom in here, you'll see this. You guys might not be able to see this right off the bat. But it did not reach it, okay? It did not reach it in the way that this is looking here. Very, very bullish on this setup, okay? Jumping in front of that would just be silly. All right, this is one of those silly things that that you might not know, okay, until you trade a little bit more and get a little bit more experience under your belt. But this, you don't want to jump in front of, all right? You don't, okay? You're hoping that it does what you were anticipating, and maybe you can jump in for a secondary trade, okay? And it might give it to us, but now it has officially touched it. Now you can begin to watch if it's going to give us the rejection or not, and then jump in for an entry, all right? So we'll see what we got here. We'll see what we have. But this was not the entry candle, not unless it was going to make it all the way, and it didn't. We want to see it make it all the way and then get rejected, and it wasn't there yet, so. Pushed up in the open of the candle is what we'd expect. It tested it. Now it's getting its rejection. But is the rejection going to hold? We'll see. Because the dollar yen, once again, is pushing up. So if the dollar yen is to push up and if the Aussie's to respect it for once, all right, if it's going to come back and hang around with its friends, the Aussie should be getting ready to tank out pretty hard. Okay? Should be getting ready to tank out pretty hard if this is getting ready to pop. And right now, this second, the dollar yen has fallen below the line. But if it's getting up here and going to pop again, all right, this thing will be respecting is what it's looking like right now. So it's starting to correlate. They're coming back in sync here, which is good. Makes it easier. Makes it easier. And who doesn't like it when it's easier, right? I mean, well, that's debatable. But, you know, trading, it never hurts to have an easier setup. Definitely doesn't. One of the most stressful but exciting ways you could possibly make money, in my opinion, would be trading. Absolutely. Keeps you mentally on edge. It tests you mentally as well. But boy, I tell you what, it is a ride. And I don't think I'll ever get bored of it. I don't think I ever will. I love it too much. 7 years strong now. I have not got bored of it yet. So we're looking for it, guys. We're looking for our put option here on the Aussie. We're going to see if it's going to give it to us something solid. Right now, the market is kind of ranged sideways on the pairs that matter. The euro did fall out. Okay, it did fall out here. It didn't reach this, and this wouldn't have been a good trade. If you wanted to really jump the gun and take a 60% trade, you could have taken a put here. Maybe even call that a 65% trade on the euro. All right, 65% winner. But I don't like those trades. I'd rather wait till it gets to where I want it to go and then jump that bad boy down. Okay. But it doesn't always reach there, and but that comes with the accuracy level. It's a trade. Okay, you get less trades, but you hit higher accuracy levels, and that's what I like. The way I trade, especially when I'm hitting a martingale on my second trade, I want to make sure all my trades are on point. Okay, as on point as they absolutely could be. That way we avoid streaky losses. You open yourself up to a world of problems when you start taking trades that have that are going to lose, 35, 40% of the time. I mean, that's a significant increase over something that's gonna hit you in the money in the long run, 75 or higher. That's a big difference. Correct, Nikolai. Correct. That's absolutely correct. It didn't always used to be that way, but I do it now, okay, and I have for quite a bit now, because it comes into a problem where people get confused. If I don't do it, they don't know what to do, and I stand behind everything I do, so I make sure I do it that way. I take responsibility for everything I'm doing here, okay. I don't give a trade if I don't put my own money on it myself, okay. So I mean, you guys see me I do it on screen. I do it live. You can't fake this, okay. I do it live. All right, and if I take it, I go behind it all the way, okay? And I just do it always, from now on, I'm just going to one step always. When I'm trading personally, that's not the case. I have a lot of other things in my arsenal that I take care of as well. But on screen, in the room, for the purposes of everything we're doing, yes. Keep it very simple. Trying to keep it as simple as absolutely possible. Oh, good question. Good question, Nikolay. Good question. Okay. Nikolay says, so no matter if the first wins or the second. Now, that I leave completely up to you. Okay? I leave that completely up to you. If you want, Nikolay is asking if he should Martingale. We haven't taken a trade yet. We closed Doji, by the way, guys. Just keep you guys in the loop. I'm not neglecting you. All right, we got crappy closes. Not a good trade. Doji on everything. Okay, Doji on everything, and a big fallout on the euro. That was crap. But he's asking if we Martingale our wins. Now we do have people do that. They're not any of our talkers, but I do have people do that, and the only reason I even know that is because I got an email from someone asking about that a little while ago, not too long ago. But he noticed on once, I think it was one of the weeks we went like 11-0 or something like that, something crazy. We had a really good streaking week, okay? And I didn't swear there. I said streaking, okay, streaking. And he wanted to see if he couldn't squeeze out a little bit more profit. So he would Martingale by 50% his wins every single time. Okay, he wouldn't. It wasn't a full Martingale. So for me, for example, if I took a 500 trade on my first trade, okay, I wouldn't take 1,000 on my second. Okay, he just did 50% to that, so it'd be a 750 on the second. All right. Now he liked it. Okay, he liked it, but how you guys manage your money is entirely up to you, and what works for one person might not work for another. Okay. In theory, yes, it would, but everybody doesn't have the same amount of money to work with, and that's what changes absolutely everything. You know, managing money is all about how much money you're managing. And if you find that works for you, absolutely. There are people that make that work and kill it. They are. Okay. Now, I just make sure I'm in, okay, to get hit hard and stand behind everything I do. So I'm in to get hit hard in the hardest possible way, which is why I'm in. Okay, if only if one loses, you'll see me do a double on screen, okay, or better, okay, a double or better. Like for example, tonight I went 3-1, and I'm looking for my fourth here actually, and hopefully it gives it to us. We're getting very close to our timer here, and the market has frozen in the last 10 minutes. On the dollar yen, it completely froze for the last 15. Euro dollar made a move and went to a 50% zone, and we never take a trade in a 50% range. Anything in here is no good. I don't care how good your price action is, it's no good, okay, when it's in a 50% zone. If you expect highs up here and lows down here, you don't take a trade here because it could go anywhere. You've got 50% for it to go up, 50% for it to go down, and that's what I'm talking about, okay? I don't like that. It's no good. Now, on the Aussie's very close, all right? We do want to put off of this purple line, but we need the setup first. It touched it, and it closed doji. We don't like that, all right? Touched it and closed doji. We do not like that. So if we were to have our final trade of the night, it's going to be here. I'll mark it on the charts. I generally do, but I haven't been lately. But just keep forgetting because all my purple lines. But this is what we're looking at for our final one of the night here. It does, Kelly. It really does. It does. But we are inching closer, Kelly. Good news. We are inching closer. Excuse me. We are officially have taken a few more steps closer to our morning session. So cheers. Cheers, guys. If you're new, what I'm talking about is we're looking to open a morning session as well. Okay? A morning session as well. So we're more available to you guys, and that's what we're looking. So we are looking inching closer. All right? We're trying to build our community a little bit larger before we do it, though. Okay? Before we split ourselves in half. All right? But we are getting closer. Now, Telemont, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Let me see, Chris, with your Martingale strategy. What do you say your run rate is not doing it? Telemont, I honestly don't know the exact numbers. It's split that way. I don't, okay? The last I checked it, okay, which was last week, I believe, it was sitting at, and it's going to obviously have changed because we've taken more trades, and it looks like this put's going to rob us here. Hold on. All right, guys, here's a little bit of analysis. Next candle is most likely going to be a red candle close on the Aussie. It's about to close out in about 10 seconds if this is to close red. But this thing's chopping around, all right? Look at this. We don't like doji closes. But I'd still put a 65% margin on this Aussie that we're going to see a red candle close, but it's not a good trade still. Okay, in my book. Now, 65% might be good enough in your book, but I don't like that. I don't like these chopping around nonsense. It just blew up right there. Got rejected again by the level, but this is a curious one. This thing's probably going to do some fireworks towards the close. I do not see the Aussie having what it takes to finally break this level right now. It might. It might. But the only reason the Aussie is here right now is look at the dollar yen. Okay, the dollar yen had just fell out a pip, so this naturally just rose up a pip or so. Okay, so look at that. We got a pip fall there. All right, and we got a pip rise there. Now, as soon as this thing finds its support here and bounces up, it's going to shove this bad boy right back down. But it is possible for it to break it. It is possible for it to break it, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see it. It looks like the way it's moving right now, it might spend the rest of the 5 minutes, which is a very long time, creeping back downwards, okay, working its way back down. We saw it peak our line on the euro and get rejected immediately. There's no way you were quick enough to get an entry on that, okay, but rejected immediately on our euro line. And that's going to shove this thing all around the place. But so that euro trade, or that Aussie trade, does not exist. It does not exist. That's a bummer. It's a bummer, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But let me go back to answering some questions here. But Thielman, yes, it was. I think it was 76.7. I mean, it was 76 point something. Okay, I have no idea what the point was. I think it was a 7, but don't quote me on the point part. It was a 76 point something. But the issue with that is recently though we have started doing the Martingale step on everything, so it kind of goofles up the results. So it's kind of hard to give a solid answer than that to the split question. But with lately, it's very, very high. I think in a month's time, we've only lost, or a month and a half, I think we've only lost 2 Martingale steps, okay, where we've actually lost the second Martingale. So it's very rare that the second loses. It is possible now, but it's very rare. So if you counted it that way, it would be extremely high. If you counted, negated, because in definition, if you did a proper Martingale, you're only moving forward with the profits, and you forget the win, you rule that out. And if some people count it that way, you'd be looking very, very high. You'd be looking at the high 80s to 90s if you counted it that way. But I mean, it's all how you look at it. As long as you're managing your stuff right, there's no reason you can't profit. But let's see. In the morning, let me answer some more questions. We got a lot of questions here that I'm missing, it looks like. Let's try to go down the list. What time in the morning, Gerald Brown asks. Okay. Now, I post in exact amount of trades taken because people seem to get finicky over that, and honestly, I could care less. I really, really could care less. I'm tired of people, being skeptical about things and then they've never even been here. So I really could care less about them. You guys mean a lot to me, okay? What you guys think and how you guys do is important to me. So I really could care less what the outside world says. But lately, what I've been doing and have been doing, I simply let them see it how it is, and I post exactly every trade I've taken. So they can view it however the heck they want to view it, and that's all for them and all well and good. But I post every trade I've taken and let the world view it however the heck they want to view it. But if that answers your question, T. Lamont, Mr. Gerald Brown, it would be it'd be 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time in the morning, which is GMT -5. Okay, if you guys are outside of the U.S., we have a lot of people that are all around the world trading with us. It's really neat. We have a really diverse group, and I'm proud to be a part of it. But it would be 9:30 Eastern Standard Time to 11 Eastern Standard Time. All right. I post them on a very popular binary options thread. It's a community. It's binary options daily. It's on there. If you want a direct link, Leah, you just shoot me an email. I'll send it to you after the session. But it's 10:04. Yeah, we're up and over. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of analysis for you guys. All right, for those of you going to keep trading, because I'm really kind of bummed out we didn't get our opportunity with the way it was moving on the Aussie dollar. It was a last-minute pop-up, and that momentum pushed us up. okay? But this level here on the euro dollar, okay, these highs here that were driven, these highs that were drawn a while ago are holding strong, very strong. The lows also holding strong, okay, very strong. The highs are more important than the lows in this particular setup, but both are equally important. This is the zone, okay, this is the zone. So between 1.24400, all right, or 1.24375, okay? That is the zone on the euro dollar that I expected to bounce in between. And when it's to break out on the low side, let me get the clock out of the way. On the low side, we're going to see that bad boy fall somewhere down to the 1.24340, 342, 340, somewhere around there. We can round that to 340 because we know more often than not it likes to do that. And actually might be getting ready to break it now, but it's got 5 minutes left in its in the candle, so it really doesn't have anything for us just yet. But on the Aussie, our line is still holding. It looks to be holding strong. So although that this candle did break it by a couple ticks, treat it as though it didn't. Okay, treat it as though it didn't if you're going to look at this. And the high is still holding high of the 86461. Okay, on the Aussie for the top of the zone. Bottom of the zone is the 86414. All right, if you want to round those out, you can make that 86460 and 86410. Okay, as the highs and the lows. Now, playing in those levels, easy. Anyone can do it. Okay, anyone can do it. If you want to trade and do it on your own, go for it. But please don't just go blindly. Okay, don't go blindly. And if you're new, I just recommend that you'll wait and learn a little bit more with us and just trade with us. But I can't control what you guys do. But that's in my opinion the smart way to go about doing it. Okay. Now with the dollar yen, okay, we have a very clear level on the dollar yen of 114.7250. Okay, 114.7250 is a clear support on the dollar yen. Now, as far as the highs go, I would treat this as the highs right here, guys. That's the 114.7860. All right, and that is the zone for the dollar yen, and I would play bounces around in that zone. Okay, it doesn't seem to be breaking it anytime soon. It does not. The only one that's actually doing a little bit of excitement right now is it looks like a breakout happening on the euro dollar. It does, but where it closes, and it still does have time left, but this is a pretty hefty fallout here. This will be the next zone if it is to break out this. And if it's to drop through that, which I highly doubt it will, over time it will, but not within the next candle or so, unless there's something crazy going on with the news that I am unaware of. It will not just be plowing through this level in another candle. We'll watch the closes and you'll see. But the session at night will remain. Okay, we're just looking to open up a secondary session in the morning. Okay, so we'll be here twice a day. Okay, Mr. Silva, I'm sorry for not answering that earlier. I hope you're still here. I was doing my analysis. I apologize. Just trying to get that out there for you guys. But yeah, we are looking to do that. All right. But if you guys have any questions, if you're new and you have a question about something, please ask us. All right. I'm here for you guys. Just shoot me an email. All right. Please go through the guidebook all the way. All right. Everything. Look at it all. All right. Look at the nest egg management. Look at if you have any questions about that or concerns, shoot me an email and I'll clear it up for you. You know, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be, but I try to do my best to make things as clear as possible. And sometimes, I know I am confusing. So if you give me a chance, I'll try to clear that up for you as much as possible. But mystery, I'm not actually sure how to say that. Mystery Co. Thank you, Mr. Thielemann. I appreciate it. I'm guessing, Mr. Are you asking about when we would hold the second session in the day? That would be the morning session, and that would be 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'd have one rocking and rolling at 11 in the morning, 9:30 to 11 in the morning, and then we'd be here at night rocking and rolling from 8:30 to 10 at night. Okay, so roughly 12 hours apart from each other. All right, roughly 12 hours apart from each other. But that's what we're looking for. That is a question that I will answer when the time comes, and we are getting closer. And like I said, tonight we had some new members with us, and those of you that are new and you have friends or anyone to refer, please look in the referral program and gain your fair share from it. Okay, your fair share of moolah from it. And it also helps us grow because in order to open up our morning session, we need a little bit more of a base before we split ourselves in half. Okay, so with that being said, Monday through Friday, T. Lamont, is a question I have yet to answer myself. Okay, Friday is truthfully Freaky Friday, and whether we trade it or not, I have not decided yet. Okay, and I will once it's open, and you all will be made very clear of that. But Friday is a day that, in my opinion, would not hurt to be thrown out. Fridays are Freaky Fridays. Yeah. Aussie did just drop off the face of the earth. It teleported really quickly. Now, remember, see where it closes, though. It is possible that it ends up getting supported back up in here. But if it doesn't, guys, it's here. Just for my late stayers that are still listening, I appreciate it. If it doesn't, it would be in between this small little tight zone here. Now, if it's to fall below this purple line, that is going to be off the face of the earth, and that bad boy's grinding way, way down. So if it drops below the farthest purple line, that thing's going. But look, it is getting the support and right back up into the zone. Gosh, that level's strong as can be right now if it's to stay up here. If it's to stay up there, this is, geez Louise, incredible. But with that being said, guys, we're going to stop it here. We're going to end it here. But good session, guys. Good session, guys. Came home, slammed it hard on my one big trade there. I like it. Hopefully you guys did the same with me and maybe took some others on your own and learning and going. But no problem, man. You're welcome, everybody. And like I said, if you have someone or you think you can get other people in here and help us grow so we can get to that morning session quicker, make sure that you get your fair share. You get what you deserve for it because you'll profit if you just make an account and do it through the affiliate. You'll get 50%. So make sure you do it, guys. But no problem. Glad to have you all. I'm glad that you made it, Caleb. I'm glad that you. I know you had a little bit of an issue there in the beginning because whatever reason you couldn't get logged in or whatnot. But I'm glad we got that taken care of. So. But see you all here tomorrow, same time, same place, and I'll be hunting for field mice like always. But have a good night, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully it's nice where you guys are. It's nice where I am. Beautiful weather here. Can't complain. 76 and sunny in South Florida. Obviously not right now, but that's how it was today, and I am loving it. Maybe we'll have to do a live session one of these days and have everybody come down to a place in Florida and do an outdoor session. But we'll keep it going, guys. We'll keep it going. See you all tomorrow. This is Chris with Night Owl Signals. Over and out.